I thought this would be a cozy little folklore adventure. It's not. Bramble, the Mountain King, is a horror story dressed like a bedtime tale, and it's gorgeous. Every monster looks like it crawled straight out of an old Nordic song meant to scare kids into behaving. You play as Ole, a terrified little boy chasing after his sister through a world that's somehow both beautiful and cruel. The forests are alive, the rivers whisper, and the flowers are, well, they're cursed. It's dark, it's sad, it's weirdly lovely. And by the end, I wasn't sure if I wanted to cry or scrub my brain clean, which, to me, is a good sign. Let's start with the story, because for all its horror, Bramble is really about love. You play as Ole, a tiny, terrified boy chasing after his sister Lilymore through a world that feels way too big and way too cruel. Every step is a nightmare, plagues, monsters, people doing awful things. But then you'll stumble across these tiny gnomes just vibing. They're so cute. What I love is how much Ole changes. By the end, the kid who couldn't take a step without shaking ends up sacrificing himself to save his sister. And just when you're bracing for the saddest ending possible, the witch Tuva steps in and brings him back. So yeah, somehow, after all that blood and heartbreak, both Ole and Lilymore get their fairy tale ending. It's proof that even the darkest stories can still have a little light left in them. And what's wild is that you can see the emotional journey happening in the world itself. The art tells the story just as much as the words. The mountain is kind of the silent narrator here. The first time you see it, it's lush and glowing, like a storybook. The second time, everything's faded, drained of color. And by the last time, it's black and white with a river of blood cutting through it. It's not subtle, but it doesn't need to be. The game uses color like morality. The more corrupted the world becomes, the less life it has left. It's honestly breathtaking, even when it's horrifying. And that beauty isn't just visual, it's loud. The sound design in this game deserves its own moment. Bramble's sound design is unsettling in the best way. Everything whispers. The wind hums like it's gossiping about your death. There are lullabies that sound sweet for exactly 3 seconds before they curdle into something sinister. The Nakin's violin is a perfect example. It's haunting and kind of beautiful, but you know it's meant to lure you in. It's art that literally wants you to drown. This game knows silence is scarier than noise, and it uses that better than most horror titles I've played. But where Bramble really shines is in its folklore, the way every monster feels like it has a lesson to teach. The monsters are terrifying, but they're also kind of brilliant. Pesta is disgusting. She's this enormous hag who literally eats you from below, like the earth opening up to swallow you. And then she spits rats at you. Honestly, I'm still traumatized. Then there's the woman who drowns her own child for power. That one stuck with me, not because it's gory, but because it's horrible. Every creature here is just a human sin turned into flesh. My favorite monster, if you can call it that, was the Nakin. He's a musical water spirit, part Pied Piper, part nightmare. The chase scene with him is wild, and not because it's hard. Ole runs like he's stuck in molasses, so that chase was both terrifying and hilarious. But the moment you realize the Nakin isn't evil, he's just playing his role, it hits you. This world isn't punishing you, it's reminding you. And honestly, that reminder comes with a cost, because playing this game feels just as heavy as its themes. So here's where Bramble loses its 5th star. This game is hard, not in a fun way, but in the I need a hug and a drink kind of way. The controls are sluggish, the bosses are frustrating, and sometimes you die just because Ole decided to trip over a rock, or the sprint isn't anywhere near fast enough. I thought it was some deep, dreamlike symbolism at first, but no, he's just that slow. But maybe that's the point. Folklore isn't supposed to be empowering, it's supposed to scare you into humility. So while I didn't always enjoy playing it, I completely respect what it's doing. It's a 4-star game for me. Beautiful, horrifying, and a little too real. But if you like horror with a heartbeat, Bramble is unforgettable. Bramble is stunning. The art, the sound, the folklore, all of it deserves 5 stars. But playing it is another story. This game feels too real sometimes. You're not a hero with a sword. You're a scared 8-year-old with a glowing rock, sneaking through swarms of ghouls and praying you don't make a sound. It's slow, it's stressful, and it gets under your skin in a way I wasn't expecting. So yeah, this one's a solid 4 stars for me. Not because it's bad, but because I hated how much it worked. If you love horror, atmosphere, and fairy tales that chew you up a little, then this one's definitely for you. Me, I kind of miss shooting ghouls instead of hiding from them.